Groundhog's Day over again?
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of at, we're getting left a little later because we really don't know what to do. And that happens when you've tried everything you know and it's just not working.
Yeah.
So I think the only place we've gotten into action, obviously yesterday, but just weren't big bulls in there. The only place we've had any mature bugles was over on the low end of the North Canyon. So we went over there 2 nights ago and there was nothing down low. So I don't know what they do, but I mean, we're taking a chance no matter what we do because we don't have any sure thing. So I think that's our best bet.
Yeah. In our normal situation, being in like this, we'd relocate.
Oh yeah.
But we
we have one
can't
small piece
really
of property.
relocate, so.
There's elk here. There's no doubt this is a good place, but they don't do anything early. And trying to hunt a group of 4 bulls when they aren't talking and they aren't moving in the daylight, it's just, they're bedded in brutal, steep, thick, noisy stuff. So there's just really no way to get in there. The bulls literally didn't get up last night during daylight. The cows got up like 30 minutes before it got dark and started moving down, but the bulls didn't, and they aren't bugling. The young bulls are starting to bugle in the morning, so it just makes it tough to cover country like we do and hope to get a bugle and then work in on it, because it's just not happening here.
Yeah. Just right on top of the trees, the grassy field.
Well, we spotted 8 cows way down low, but there's not even a bull with them. I think we're just gonna go straight up the ridge here. I don't know, it was warm last night. Thermals didn't really change, like they're still coming up this morning. Now they're starting to swirl, but we're just gonna hike up the ridge and see if maybe the elk stayed up high and didn't drop down low. But not hearing a bugle, not seeing any tracks over here. Nothing's really been through here for a couple of days, it doesn't look like, so. Striking out. The wind is not our friend today, and I thought we could beat it, but it's always gonna win. Finally got a bull to bugle. He sounded like a good one. Bugling immediately. And I thought he was in the draw, and I thought if we could make it, there's a little ridge that came down and separated us, and I thought if we could make it there, it'd be a barrier for the thermals, and the wind was kind of coming around the face we were on. And I don't know if it was him or a cow. I didn't see antlers. I just saw the rear end of an elk spin at about 70 yards. And the wind was going right down there to him. I thought we'd have a little more time to make it to where we'd have better thermals, but we didn't. I think after 6 days of not having a bull respond to us, a mature sounding bull, it got a little bit too much of a hurry and pushed it. Well, here we are. Time is at 5.
5 o'clock.
Sat here all day. Once again, nothing came into the wallow.
It's a really good looking wallow too.
Been here. There's like 4 of them right here. Another one right there. Another one downstream. They're hammering the wallows, but the wind kind of fouled us up today. If we'd had good wind, we probably could have made a little more strategic play. But those are the cards we were dealt.
Yeah. Still time though.
Oh, not even near desperate yet.
just need that to be a couple of years older. He's just a baby. He's still got some growing to do. It's nice to be able to finally call one across the hillside and have him actually come in. We seem to be attracting that size of hole. Just came walking in. The wind's blowing right to him. He walked up there and smelled our foot tracks and turned around and walked away. Corey's back over the ridge. We're gonna walk up there and see what he's got going on.
The same bull. There's a cow and a calf just walked up the open ridge. There's a growly bull. I can't tell if he's fighting or raking, but there's a bunch of banging. And he's like, just making all sorts of noise.
We haven't been to it yet, but there's a water hole down there. I think that maybe that bull's taking his cows down there. So we're gonna sit back, hightail it down to that water hole and see if we can't get it pinpointed to see what we can do either this evening on him or tomorrow morning.
The way he's bugling. He might still be bugling by the time we get down there too. So he was tearing stuff up and running up and down the mountain, glunking and whining and growling. So he's in the mood. So no need sitting up here calling in quiet little 4 points when there's a big bull screaming down the mountain.
still. Oh, we worked hard for Jimmy. I don't think that's Jimmy though. He's down. Donnie on shot. Comes through every time.
Why are you yawning?
So we got up extra early this morning.
We did get up extra early. Went clear to the top of the mountain.
And now we're almost to the bottom of the
Heard
mountain.
an elk bugle in the bottom, so that's where we went. And it worked out.
It did.
I was telling John, there aren't very many bulls that bugle at 1:30 in the afternoon that live to see the sunset that night.
Yeah. Yep. 2 of them bugled, 1 of them lived.
Yep. Well, we did what we came to New Mexico to do.
Yeah.
It was not easy. You got yours on day 7 last year when we hunted early season in Idaho.
Yeah.
Got it on day 7 here, so. No longer day 1 Donnie.
No. Day 7, Donnie.
What was with your shot?
I don't know. I was shooting good all summer. I think I get some center mass
Anxiety?
target panic and just go for the center of the body. Or
Or as I like to say, he aims back towards the heart.
yeah.
It works though. That bull didn't go, what, 50 yards?
No, 30 to 50.
Got it
Good.
back down to the road, and we're going to thumb a ride from here, hopefully. John said he's not hiking another step today.
Yeah.
Didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
No.
He would go for another week if we asked him to. As long as there was a side-by-side to ride in.
Yeah.
We're done here, heading home, and next time you see us, it's going to be Idaho backcountry, over the counter,
Yep.
public land, our bread and butter, and we appreciate you allowing us the splurge of hunting on private land for the first time, and
Yeah.
it was one of the least productive hunts we've ever been on.
It's not normal private land. It's
Well, it's the timing, and there's elk
Yeah.
here. There's no doubt. There's elk and there's good bulls, but we hunted early, taking a chance, and it paid off on the last day. But the rest of the time was pretty slow.
I was kind of feeling sad that season was going to end, and Corey said, "Well, when we get back up to camp, we can make some bread." I needed that.
And just like that, he does such a good job of like weaving these stories into like real time.
You said bread and butter, and I thought of it.
Oh, you thought of it? You made that up?
I'd heard it somewhere before.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh. Well, hopefully your dad jokes get better.
Yeah, exactly. We will see you in Idaho.
Yeah, we'll be back in Idaho. We've got that. We've got some other fun stuff coming up here. So, as you've seen, it's Donnie and I, no teams this year. We went back to the original format. But we're going to be back with teams next year with an extra special twist. So,
Yeah.
got some good stuff coming up. But you're going to have to bear with Donnie and I the rest of this season. We're going to be hunting Idaho. We're going to be hunting with my son, who drew a pretty awesome tag. We've got the Outfitters for Hope hunt, and then might sneak in a rifle hunt again.
Rifle hunt, yep.
So, lots of good stuff coming up. The action gets a lot better than what it's been the last 7
Past
days.
few days.
And we're telling you that on day 7 of September, but it can't get any worse. So it's going to get better. Stay with us. The action's going to be better.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Or your money back.
Yep. Well,
Day 7, Donnie strikes again.
yeah, I usually shoot the bull on the day that I release the arrow.
And usually on the day that you tag out.
Yes.
It seems like it's been pretty consistent.
Coincidental, yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like you always find things in the last place you look.
Yep.
You always shoot elk on the last day that you hunt.
Yep.
Yeah. That's day 1 Donnie's a thing of the past, but I think this last day Donnie is kind of coming through clutch.
Yeah, we were not sure we were going to get it done, and we still had one more day, morning.
A couple hours.
And we earned...
I don't remember, we did over
them.
70 miles in those 7 days.
Yep.
And there were a couple of days where we only hiked 4 or 5 miles, just from camp out to the North Canyon or whatever, and then back over to the water and back. So we were averaging 10 miles, a little over 10 miles a day. And to get there when you have 4 or 5 mile days, you've got some long days for sure.
Yep.
Well, that day, I mean, we were clear on top of the mountain at almost 13,000 feet, called in the raghorn across the opening, then climbed literally to the top of the mountain and called the same raghorn in again.
Yep.
And well, I was over set up trying to get the raghorn to come in, not knowing it was the raghorn again, but there was a bull bugling down in the bottom. And that's when we ended up spotting and saying, we got to get down there, that bull's bugling and he's aggressive. And we got him to pipe off middle of the day. And I think I said something there at the end about there's very few elk that bugle at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and live to see the sunset that night.
It's the only bugle we heard in middle day.
Yep. And then took advantage of it.
And there was 2 bulls there bugling.
I was going to say, what was going through your mind when that first one came in, knowing he wasn't the big one? There's a bigger sounding one down there bugling.
There was a bigger bull that is the one that I think that we were talking to the whole time. And it sounded like he was maybe 125 yards over the knoll. And then another bugle came in from where the bull that I shot. And he came across and, it's right here, go ahead and take it. But I was still kind of hesitant. I looked at John, shoot, don't shoot. And I couldn't pass it.
Yeah.
And I get razzed by Corey and John all the time for the Donnie heart shot.
Yeah.
And this year, I had shot better at all the tournaments, all the archery shoots than I ever have. Trying to put it where...
To correct that.
to correct it. And I shot and saw where it hit, and I'm like, what? How did that happen?
Well, and you mentioned you thought you maybe get so excited that you just shoot for center body mass.
Yeah.
You know, you pull back and you see hair, and so you put your pin on it there. I mean, we're talking 20, 25 yards, a chip shot for Donnie. And to see where the arrow actually went, You know, something happened, and I hadn't thought about that, but it makes sense. When I was first starting hunting, you know, we always said shoot right for the crease, a third the way up from the bottom of the elk. And so I just got into that habit of finding that crease and aiming there. And I hit a couple elk in the shoulder when I was younger because I just got locked into picking that spot, and it's not always the best spot. Definitely not the spot that gives you the highest margin for error. So,
yeah, but it worked.
I've said, I don't know how many times I've shot an elk behind the shoulders, a good shot, and we've had to track that thing for 400 yards or something, and you know, get up on it, it's still alive or hasn't been dead for too long. Donnie shoots them in the most, I don't even know what the random, always back half of the body, and very rarely do they make it out of sight, let alone not die. I think they always die.
Yeah.
It's, you know, there's obviously vitals back there and arteries and everything, but
Yeah.
it's not where Donnie aims. It's not the ideal situation, but man, it killed it.
Yep.
So, failure analysis for this one, this hunt or this episode, we covered day 6 and day 7, so there were 2 days there, and you saw on day 6, we got a bull to bugle and started moving in on it. And, you know, we're 6 days in. We've called in Lonely Jim on day 4, I think it was. And aside from that, we haven't had a whole lot of action. So to come around a ridge and call and have a bull fire back like immediately, and he was a mature sounding bull, I think I probably just got a little excited, got a little too aggressive, and we've talked about being too aggressive this season. But in this case, the wind's going pretty solid downhill, and I think our philosophy is always move down and get it as level and then move across. And I got in a hurry and took a chance with the wind that I'd be able to move across up above him and then get on a finger ridge that was adjacent to him and move down that finger ridge before the wind became a factor. Again, having no action for 6 days, this bull is bugling down in the draw. I didn't think he would be coming in at all. I thought we'd have to go to him. And unfortunately, he met us halfway in the middle before we dropped down at all, and standing there 60 or 70 yards right below us. And I don't know if it was him or a cow, but the elk we were calling to came to us before we got to them and winded us. So the takeaway from that failure is you're never going to beat the wind. Always pay attention to the wind, and don't ever take chances with trying to move in and then getting the wind right. Get the wind right from the beginning. And you know, there's all sorts of reasons why we might not do it, even knowing we should do it. But at the end of the day, that's just something you're never going to beat. You know, in an ideal situation, maybe you will, but I don't think we should be approaching elk calling setups as ideal situations, and probably should always be planning for the worst and for not needing that margin of error to be quite so small.
Yeah. Nope, but we
It worked out though.
got it done.
Yeah, got it done. So now heading to Idaho. Donnie and I both have archery elk tags, over-the-counter tags in Idaho, so we're gonna go and hopefully get back in deep and find some elk that haven't been pressured.
Yep. So we can go home, wash some clothes, repack our bags, and
Be back here for the next episode.
head back out.
Just a reminder, if you're not wanting to wait until the next episode comes out, you can go to Fresh Tracks Plus over at Randy Newberg's platform, and you can sign up for the DEV6 package, and that's going to give you access to every episode of Destination Elk V6 right now. You don't have to wait till Tuesday, you don't have to wait till the next Thursday. All the episodes are right there to watch. And we've also got the new Destination Elk V6 shirts that are available at elk101.com/DEV6. And while you're there, make sure and sign up for the gear giveaway packages. We've got some awesome gear that we're giving away, and all you got to do to enter for that is sign up over at elk101.com/DEV6. That it?
I think that's it.
You still tired from packing your elk out?
No,
No? Ready to go do it again?
I'm ready.
All right. We'll see if we can do it in the next episode.
Yeah, we'll see you in Idaho.
Yep.